a lighthouse for this work.
Ms. Reclue?
Yes.
Mr. Washington, or Mr. West?
Comments from visitors? Anyone wants to address the council? The council won't address you tonight, but please come to the podium and give us your name and address, and you'll have about 3 minutes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
My name is Bryant Little. I'm with the George Washington Carver Culture Center Board. As many of you know, the apartment complex is 99% complete. We had the open house, which several of you attended a couple weeks ago. I myself am very proud of this project. I went to 6th grade at Carver Elementary School. It meant a lot to me. Part of that process that we're continuing on is to place a granite marker on the corner of Carver Drive and Westminster. This granite marker will be similar to the one across the street, commemorating the Fulton 200th anniversary. I've placed in front of you a kind of a layout with the text that I came up with for this marker. My personal goal of this whole idea was to keep the history of that school, the dedication of Dr. Carver in 1937, and what that school meant to that community. Before segregation, before desegregation, afterwards, and even in the time after the Fulton Public Schools relinquished ownership of that, it was still an important community focal point for the 4th Ward. We'll call it the 4th Ward. What we would like for the city is to help us with the cost of that marker. I believe the county has agreed to provide us with some funds. I think the Callaway Bank has and the Historical Society. So if the city of Fulton would see it in your hearts to help us with that concrete mark, with that granite marker, we would greatly appreciate it. I think it's gonna mean a lot to the city of Fulton. I went by there this morning and just so proud to see the continuing progress of that piece of property and what it's gonna mean. And I've talked to several people that are trying to get an apartment in the building, so hopefully they'll start getting people in there soon. So thank you. Whatever you can agree upon, if so, we greatly appreciate it.
Mr. Little, I did want to clarify too that we actually do have that as an agenda item on here, so it'll be just a little bit when they'll take an official vote. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Appreciate it. Any other questions?
We'll get to those in just a little bit.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Brian.
you.
Thank you. I was at the ribbon cutting also, and that is just amazing what they've done up there.
They've done a wonderful job.
Oh, yes,
And
it was
all
beautiful.
done with local contractor too, so.
Beautiful.
That helps keep that money here in Fulton City. So, thank you.
Okay, anyone else?
Good evening, thanks, Mayor. Matt Goen, 1821 Ashley Court, Fulton, Ward 2. Thanks to everyone for their service tonight, not just my council members. Visit with each of you on occasion. Just speaking as you continue to honor and look to approve the 2026 budget, appreciate the time to address just a couple of items, and a special thanks to Courtney for taking 30, 45 minutes answering some specifics concerning the audit and the budget, working through some topics. But as you know, the $70 to $75 million budget is quite a large responsibility. It's not lost on me as a taxpayer, somebody who believes in our community, pays the sales tax, property taxes, things of that nature. And I always like to look at how our money is spent, and you know, can't agree on everything. I always hope it's in the best efforts of the community, but there's been some decisions in the past that a lot of people don't want to talk about or look at, but I hope it guides us in the future, because the decisions that are made continue to impact issues in the future, whether it's 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, 20 years out. And I'll mention 2 or 3, not to raise any hairs on anyone's neck, but just to be a reminder of what these topics and I would call it consternation it brings. Tanglewood Golf Course was defeated by the voters, but backed by the city. We ultimately wound up with that property. We operated it. Took about $330,000 a year to get past that debt obligation. It's my understanding from looking at the numbers, it about breaks even now, so that's good. But what's the contribution to the bottom line, and how much consternation and time do you spend on those topics? We bought 160 acres on State Road H. I don't know how many years ago. We just described as the old Yahoo farm that we were planning to put a city dump on, and we never did. And I'm not aware of anything being done with that property to this day. So we've got an investment out there that's not fruitful. The Recplex was a big community topic, and the Parks Committee pushed forth a plan and got the sales tax approved. And we built a building that was probably 3 times the amount that was pitched to the voters. And it eliminated the option to consider a swimming pool, and eliminated the option to build ball fields on the south end of town. It eliminated putting a splash pad at Carver Park. It eliminated a lot of things, and we have to work through that. But the reminder is that we used $4 million in utility reserves to build that property, and then frozen gas cap issue in Texas and Oklahoma happened. We went to the state and borrowed $3 million to replenish our reserves, on which we are still paying. We still have $1 million balance according to the last audit, and that's been 5 years ago. So we're working our ways out of holes from prior decisions. And I'm just asking, as you move forward, and I know you think about it each time you review the budget and the line items, to please think of your important role. You're the citizens' checks and balances. Of course, we employ the city administrators, the CFOs, the department heads, assistant city administrators, who we rely upon, and I hope they're empowered to have input on the financial needs of our community. But just know that I'm along with a lot of other people, they might not understand it in great detail, but they do know when things don't get done as they were promised. They wonder where the money's going, things of that nature. I'm wrapping up, Kathy. Thank you.
Real quick.
And as you navigate forward, I just wish you the best, and I hope you make the right decisions. I know you make the best decisions at the time, but just know it's mindful of the community's money. And I thank you for your time, and I'll continue to follow the topic. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. Anyone else want to address the council? Okay. Seeing no one, we'll move on to the approval of the consent agenda, and the only item on there is minutes from November the 18th.
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Very well. We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very well. Thank you. We have no unfinished business tonight. We have new business. We have Patrick Bono from MIRMA here tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Patrick Bono, Loss Control Director with MIRMA. MIRMA is your association in risk management and loss control, work comp, everything liability, that is our department. I am here to present a grant to you, which is kind of two-pronged. The first of which is money for an AED that I think is going to end up with the electric department, and then signage for what we call affectionately the MUTCD, the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices. And oddly enough, and I didn't ask Bill Ladwig how big his manual is. How big is your SOP manual? Very big. How many pages do you think? 800? All right, so we have a threshold here. You have heard from Bill as to what it takes for somebody to understand how to arrest another individual and the number of pages that it takes to absorb that information and to deprive somebody's right, their freedoms. So what do you think the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices is comprised of, page-wise? Here's the first page, and I just pulled a random page out of it. And this has some chevrons, and this is just to go to show you exactly how convoluted their jobs can be in helping the community. This is a short diagram on the chevrons, and sometimes we see these chevrons on signage, right? You might see it at the beginning of a bridge abutment next to a city street, and you might wonder, what do those chevrons mean? But if you, and this is really interesting, if you drop water on the top of that sign and the chevrons push that water, that is the direction generally your car should go, as to stay away from that device. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But at the end of the quiz is, the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices is 1,161 pages long. And the goal of that uniformity is just that, uniformity in signage. So when somebody goes from Fulton to Mexico or to even Jackson, that they're seeing the same types of signs on the city streets, and those signs are understandable to them. And to that end, you guys are getting a grant between the AED and the signage for $3,200. So this is not automatic money. This is something that your staff has to do to apply for. In this case, it was between Sam and the utilities, the street department, and electric to apply for these funds. So kudos to them for taking the wherewithal to apply. It's by no means a federal grant. We try to make it as easy as possible. But it is important for us to get the money back into the hands of the members. I mean, you guys created the funds for the association, and your proactivity gets more money back into the city for the purpose of things like this. Another sample is signage around the street fair, whenever that's going. Sometimes the street department brings in signs and barricades to keep people out of the pedestrian areas. Some of this will go for issues like that as well. Specifically though, the application included work ahead signs, merge right, merge left, right lane closed, and bump and loose gravel. I'm sure as you know, in dealing with utilities, we do a lot of road cuts, and so those signs, especially as it pertains to work zones, is critically important in keeping our city employees safe while they're working there. So it's really two-pronged. A, keep all of these guys safe, and then give the public a uniform way in which to travel around our work zones. I would be glad to answer any questions. That was a long-winded version. You got the long one. Jackson last night didn't get that, so I hope you feel special. But be that as it may, I'll be glad to present this to whoever would accept it.
She's the, Patrick, she's the one that has to put up with you, so.
Patrick, do we have any signage for roundabouts?
Yes. Yeah, the grant pays for, generally speaking, you have to have a little skin in the game. If you apply for $3,000 worth of MUTCD signage, which could include roundabout signage, you'll get about 75% of that back. But you can use that money for any sort of signage on city streets that you see fit. This just happens to be work zone stuff, but yes, next year you could certainly do that.
I believe that we definitely need it in Fulton.
Sure.
Not everybody knows how to run it, right?
Yep.
Roundabouts.
That's a whole other topic. I won't even touch it. Yeah.
You got a line of cars want to go, and when one goes, they all want to go.
There's a different approach for everything. Thanks, folks.
Thank you, Patrick. Okay, under new business, we'll move on to the Cecilia Legacy. And with us, we have Pam Westbrook Hodges tonight.
Thank you, Mayor. It's good to be with you all. I think my eyes are a little worse since I was here last time, so forgive my readers. It is such an honor to be with all of you today. As our mayor indicated, I'm Pamela Westbrooks Hodge, the president of our newly created Celia Newsom Legacy Foundation, but also the second great-granddaughter of Celia and Robert Newsom. Our vice president of the foundation, descendant Cassandra Turner, serves as the memorial committee chairman, but she lives in Georgia and was unable to be here both for tonight and the vigil on Sunday, so I am presenting in her stead. So I will briefly share a quick recap of Celia's story, very quick, just for the benefit of the folks who may not have heard her story, the progress we've made in the foundation and our partners across the state in advancing justice for Celia, a quick update on the monument efforts for Celia, and then our specific request related to the memorial highway designation. And it is good to see all of you here tonight, so thank you for having us. Right direction. So really quickly about Celia, I won't read the slide, but most of you know that Celia's story is a defining part of the history of Fulton, of Callaway County, and of our country. Celia was enslaved here from the age of 14 to 19, and during those years, she was the unwilling concubine of her enslaver, a Callaway County farmer by the name of Robert Newsom. She bore two daughters. The younger daughter, Jenny, was fathered by Newsom and is my paternal great-grandmother. In June of 1855, Celia was pregnant again and facing another assault. She defended herself, and Robert Newsom died in that struggle. She was arrested, tried here in Fulton, and that now infamous case, the state of Missouri versus Celia Slave, is taught in law schools across the country. Unfortunately, because Celia was enslaved property, she was unable to claim self-defense and was not afforded the protections that the law provided. So while her story is undeniably tragic and painful to confront, it's really a story of profound courage and resistance. And Fulton is at the center of both her historic suffering and the history-making justice that is now finally being secured in her name. So I'll talk a little bit about our progress. Over the last 2 years, Celia and Robert Newsom descendants shown on the slide, as well as the city of Fulton, Fulton community partners and stakeholders across Missouri really have come together to give Celia the dignity, recognition, and justice that she was denied in life. So I'm really proud to share that this coalition, now turned into a durable foundation, has had a lot of wins for Celia. We've installed a Celia exhibit at the Kingdom of Callaway Historical Museum. We've established the Celia Newsom Legacy Foundation, which is a legitimate 501c3. We've secured the governor's pardon for Celia with the help of many of you who are here. We've partnered with the U.S. Forest Service to add the Celia site at the Robert Newsom Farmstead to the National Registry of Historic Places. And we've collaborated with Senator Travis Fitzwater to pass Senate Bill 348, creating Celia Day, Human Trafficking Awareness Week, and the Celia Memorial Highway, which brings me to our next update. So MoDOT has confirmed the designated location on Highway 54. It's 1 mile east to 1 mile west of the Middle River Bridge. I don't exactly know where that is, but maybe you all do. And so they will be marking that location with 2 signs on either side of the Memorial Highway. The MoDOT's Memorial Designation Program basically costs $2,900 to fabricate the 2 signs. Again, we're very grateful to Senator Fitzwater for creating this opportunity to honor Celia. And our ask is really simple. We're asking the city's support in covering the cost of the 2 signs. And Mayor, if you're amenable, I've got 2 more slides to provide updates on the bronze and one other thing. I can finish those 2 slides and then we can conduct the business. But I'll go to the rest of the presentation right now and give you a quick update on the monument. So the board of the Celia Newsom Legacy Foundation, which includes Fulton leaders, Tom Clapp and Carmen Brandt. The board voted late this summer to propose that that the bronze for Celia, the life-size bronze, be placed at the new Justice Center. So we will present a formal proposal to the Callaway County Commissioners in early Q1 2026. We wanted to have a contest to design the monument first, and then present both the estimates, the proposed location, and all of the financials, including money we've raised to date, present all of that in a package to the commissioners for their consideration. And again, to date, we've raised approximately $10,000 towards the bronze, and we've got a long way to go. So this is a longer term effort to raise the money for the bronze, but we wanted to at least have the approvals in case we need that for some of the grant applications. And then finally, we wanted to invite everyone here to the candlelight vigil. As usual, Pastor Washington will open us and bring the invocation, and many of you come every year. And so we are excited this year. Celia's 3rd great granddaughter, who is the head of legal aid for the state of New York, will deliver the keynote. And so she spends her career fighting for justice for New Yorkers, and we're excited she'll get to meet all of you. So that's really our update, and again, our ask was for the support for the highway signs. And I'll pause and ask if there are any questions, and hopefully, Kathy, I didn't go over.
Oh, you did great.
Okay.
Thank you.
You said the cost was $2,900.
The exact cost per the representative at MoDOT is $2,900. And that includes installation, fabrication, et cetera. Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Okay. Pam, I want to commend you on I know you have there was a lot of people involved, but you led the charge down there. I know you and I were emailing back and forth, and finally it was about a week or so later, you emailed me and said that Mike Kehoe had pardoned her, and that was because of you.
I can't tell you how many angels were working from behind the scenes.
I know there were.
It just, the Bar Association here, Lieutenant Governor Kehoe, the Hershans with Silver Dollar City, the county prosecutor here, Judge Stern. I mean, literally everyone had a hand in securing the justice, and we wouldn't be here without everyone pitching in. So this is the very definition of teamwork, for sure. But thank you for the recognition.
Thank you. Anybody have an idea what they want to do or not do?
Mr. Mayor, I think that this is just a fabulous way to honor a piece of history that was hard to accept and hard to face. And I know that the story of Cecilia has definitely touched a lot of us in town, and as far as learning about her in school. And I think that if our budget allows for it, to spend the $2,900 for signs would be great. So I would like to make a motion to go ahead and do that for the $2,900.
But they won't start the process until but whatever you're most comfortable to make the foundation.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor? Yes, I'd like to second.
Okay.
Just
Any further discussion?
yeah, just additional discussion, of course, just to speak to Matt's point on budgets, right? I know looking at our special projects, we don't have unlimited funds, and there's some other things we'd like to look at funding, so $2,000 may be more appropriate to make sure we have the appropriate funds to fund maybe other things we would like to fund. So just a discussion point before we finish up with the 2,900 that is on the tables.
Okay. We have a motion on the floor and a second. Any other discussion?
I think actually to amend that motion to $2,000 would be a good idea.
Okay.
I have a question. Are there other entities that you're also requesting assistance from, or is it just us runs.
Okay, we have a motion.
One of the reasons why I was asking the question is this to an individual was brought to my attention that we don't, because it's a touchy situation, because if it's towards an individual group or, just an individual that we want to donate or ask for funds, what's going to stop us from other people coming and say, hey, you did it for this group, why can't you, do it for, so we wanted to be careful on that. And that's the reason why I was asking, is this something like to the Legacy Foundation that we're doing something for? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion.
I do want to clarify as well, and Councilman Luther, I appreciate your statement, and I was going to echo what Mr. Goen said. Yes, sticking to budget is very important. So I know you have amended your motion to $2,000. Councilwoman Reclude, was your second still standing with 2,000? Okay, just for the record. Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
Okay, all in favor of the amendment?
Mike's got it.
Oh, Mike?
Well, to the points that were made over there, is if we support this, there may be other people that come along later and say, well, you supported this, you need to support this one. And it's hard to pick winners and losers on this kind of stuff. That's not the function of a government. And although I think this is a tragic incident in our history, I really struggle with this and these sort of requests to support a charity, for lack of a better word. I don't know if a better word would be. So I'm really struggling with this one.
Okay, we have an amendment. Bill, you want?
Yes. With all my heart, I support the Celia Foundation, and I would like to donate some of my own money.
Yeah, I can do that.
To the Celia Foundation, but I'm not sure if it's in the good interest of the city to put ourselves in a position where we might have to donate to other things to be equitable. I think it might be we might be putting ourselves in a position to donate to other things than to be fair. And so I'm finding it very difficult to make a decision on this because, like I said, I would support with my own money 100%. I love this foundation. I support it with all my heart. But I'm not sure that we are, if we vote this in, that we are being good custodians of the voters and our taxpayers' money. So.
And that's the struggle I have.
Okay, we have an amendment. We have the first and a second to reduce that number down to 2,000. All in favor of that? Reducing the amount. All in favor of that, say aye. Oppose? Okay. Now we'll vote on the original amendment. What? Let's do a roll.
Only to reduce it to the 2,000 in the motion.
Let's do a roll call. Let's do a roll call vote.
Not to award it, only for to reduce. We're back to 2,000. You're all in favor then? They're all in favor. I'm okay with that. If you're okay with that, it was clear.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So I appreciate that, Mayor.
All right, now we'll vote on the original amendment.
I guess, real quick, Mr. Mayor, real quick, so just to clarify.
Give $2,000 to the foundation.
So just clarify, where is this?
Any discussion on that?
Yeah, as far as the money, Courtney, would you like to elaborate this? So we have special projects, right?
Yes, so these funds would come from the council special projects line. Thank you, Councilman. And so again, these funds are at the city council's discretion as to what you wish to contribute, up to $2,000 in order to stay within our budget for 2025. But otherwise, these funds are fully at the city council's discretion as to which projects you feel are appropriate.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
If I may, if operationally it would help, the city could make the payment directly to the Missouri Department of Transportation for the signs. It does not have to flow through the foundation. That's not necessary at all.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, instead of making a quick decision, would it be possible for us to take this vote at the next meeting, or is this something that we need to do?
Well, we need to do it before the end of the year, because we have the budget, we have money in the budget this year left over we could use for that.
I also struggle with this just a little, and I agree with what Councilman Henchy was saying. I support this, and I think that this is a wonderful cause, and I am so excited that the state of Missouri is recognizing this, and that Fulton also is a part of that. But I am wanting to echo kind of what was said on this side and a couple of questions that were on this side as well. I want to make sure that we're being fair and consistent across the board, and that what we're doing for one, we're doing for all. And I think that maybe we need to figure out as a council what falls into these categories and where we're spending our money. You know, I know in the past, some of the things that we've done have been community oriented that have affected everyone as a whole, such as the light display, where we've contributed to those. And yes, Juneteenth, the celebration, you know, that kind of affects our whole community and our nation as a whole. So I do struggle with this just a little bit, because I don't know if it falls into a category where in the future are we going to set ourselves up to have to donate to things that maybe we don't necessarily support all in like we do this. So I am struggling just a little bit on this side as well.
Whereas this is just one individual, like the George Washington Carver Culture Center Board is an establishment, a building, and something that's part of the community. There's a difference with that, because it's something in our it's a building, and it's something that is part of our history. This is part of our history too, but it's not a single person. It's a community. So I echo back to that I'm finding very, very much of a struggle with this.
Councilman West?
I have another question. So if we take the $2,000 here, will we have funds for the Carver Memorial thing?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. I wanted to make sure it wasn't the same money we were talking about. There again, but there could be I mean, I could come up with a list of things that a lot of us might find morally offensive, that if somebody came along and wanted to put up a sign for something, we'd have a struggle with, and that's the dilemma, is how do you draw this line? Okay, thank you, that's all I had.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Mr. Mayor, too quick on me. So just to Councilman West's point, so but this was approved, I guess, clarification by Governor Kehoe, or was it Travis Fitzwater, for as far as this dedication of this section of the highway?
Pam, I'm so sorry. Can we get you to come up to the microphone so on the recording they can hear you as well? Thank you.
Yes, so two things. The bill, Senate Bill 348 was sponsored by Senator Fitzwater, and it established Celia Day, Human Trafficking Awareness Week in April, the second week in April, in Celia's honor, and it established the Celia Memorial Highway, which is that stretch of 54 that I mentioned earlier. One of the things I just wanted to say, Deputy Mayor, to address your concerns about the impact one of the goals of the Celia Newsom Legacy Foundation is the support of modern-day survivors of sexual assault. And so all of the work that we'll do around Celia Day will be done in partnership with Cardly. And Cardly will be receiving a donation, what we think is a sizable donation from the Celia Newsom Legacy Foundation at Sunday's Vigil. So to connect the past to the present, we honor Celia by standing in the gap for modern day victims, and so we'll be locking arms with Cardly.
Basically, that's what I was looking at. It's not so much an individual, but it's a move. Yes. So I understand that, and I thank you for sharing and giving us that added information. So I'm good with that.
I have a question too. Can we verify if the stretch of highway is actually in Fulton? Okay.
Yeah, it's down.
Yeah, so Senator Fitzwater specified that location in the Senate bill. He didn't ask it. So I have no idea exactly where they are.
So when I see these signs all the time around the state. So MoDOT, that's not part of their budget to provide those signs when they do something like this?
It's not. So Senator Fitzwater told us that there would be a cost. He thought it would be closer to 4,000, but as it turns out, it's only 2,900.
Okay.
But he did tell us there would be a small cost.
Okay.
When you see these signs that says family, whatever, they have to pay for those.
If we were to table this, or if this wasn't approved tonight, when is the deadline? Like, did they say whenever you raise it, that's when we'll do it? Or did they say it has to be? Okay.
And it's 6 months.
Okay.
Council, I recognize there's a lot of conversation here, and I can appreciate wanting to be very mindful of the use of taxpayers' dollars. That's what we're all here to do. I would encourage you, while it's difficult, to go ahead and make a decision. This money is available in the 2025 budget. It is fully at your discretion as to how it's paid. Moving forward, I do think it's appropriate to have a policy or set some parameters, whether that's based on whether something is sponsored as a Senate bill or not. There's a million different ways we could look at that, but I do think, in all fairness, certainly to the Celia Foundation and everyone here this evening, I think it's appropriate to go ahead and move forward with a decision one way or another. And then from there, I think it is also appropriate to set forward some parameters on how we utilize those funds moving ahead, so that we don't set any precedent unintentionally, if that's the concern.
Okay.
Awarding $2,000 to the city, awarding $2,000 in support of the service.
So we didn't specify that.
Whether it's
We
paid
didn't
to
specify
Celia-
who we're gonna pay to.
We did not.
Okay, all in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call, please.
Nancy, Ms. Nancy?
Yes.
Mr. Nikki?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver? Ms. Nelson? Yes. Mr. Floyd?
Yes.
We'll touch base, Pam. Thank you very much.
Kat,
I'll connect with Kathy, and if it would make Deputy Mayor feel more comfortable, we can certainly make the check directly payable to the Missouri Department of Transportation. Yes, sir.
Washington Carver Cultural Center Board. Client already been up here. Do you all have any questions of him?
Yes, actually, I would like to know if the print that you've given us, has that been approved by your board already, or is this the final?
Yes, that description has been approved. The stone's been ordered. I'm sure it could be changed, but we had a lot of input. We asked for some input from a couple members from Westminster College, and they agreed that that's was appropriate. We wanted to keep something that was easy to read as you're walking by and not go into a lot of detail. As far as the names on the back, that was a little bit of a contention. It's not adding anything to the price. The one thing about the members on the back, personally, I feel that somewhere down the road that someone's been involved with this project over the years will want their name added to the bottom of that list. We kind of put thank you for all the past members of on this board, because please remember that this has been going on for 12 or 15 years. So, and to your point, and not to take away from this road sign, but as Councilmember West said, or Deputy Mayor, this is a building. This is going from a whole block, city block of no tax revenue to quite a bit more. I don't know how all those tax credits work. Don't get into that, didn't need to know, but it's going to be a substantial increase in the tax revenue for the city. So that's just something that will kind of give you all a little bit of ownership there too. Any other questions?
I have a question. What's the total cost and what are you looking for the city to contribute?
The total cost for the stone and the concrete pad, which we had to provide on the corner, if I remember right, I thought about on this way into town, it was about $12,000. I believe, from what I've been told, that the county has offered $3,000. So that's just pretty much between the Historical Society, the county, I believe the Callaway Bank, and the city of Fulton will just about get us covered with what we need to provide that mark. So, yeah. Yeah. Somewhere in that neighborhood, give or take. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else?
I make a motion, we put $3,000 toward the memorial for the George Washington Carver Culture Center Board.
Second?
Yes, I feel I need to clarify it. This one I can see a difference on, just barely. I mean, they're all a struggle. But, you know, this is something that's got a big part of Fulton's history, as does the Cecilia thing. But this is something that's gone from a segregated school to a desegregated school to now apartments, and it's
That will aid the low income.
and it's also in the city limits as well. So there's not a lot of difference, but that's just enough that I can support it.
It's something tangible.
Yeah.
It's something tangible. Thank you.
We have a motion on the floor. Donate $3,000 for the monument. For the park.
Yeah.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We'll move on to council concerns. Councilman Woodford.
You get to go first, Mr. Mayor?
Y'all like that, don't you? Actually, I'm gonna go first. If you will, look at our new projector screen. It looks wonderful. If anybody noticed earlier, we were all able to read that. Thank you to the IT department who put that up.
Awesome. Yes, thank you very much. As far as not so much concerns, but questions, again, I know I've seen several good communications go out by our city departments on the upcoming changes in recycling fees, utility rates. Please just ensure we keep those communications going. Not everyone sees, maybe is on social media at the time the post is issued, and of course, as most of us know, those posts quickly go away. So please keep those going. I appreciate the updates too, that we can tell our constituents about these updated fees, especially on recycling. That is a large change in price there, but definitely appreciative of the explanation as to why. Addition with the holiday season coming, will we be doing the recycling roll-offs again at the designated locations,
Yes,
police
sir.
station, and then what's the other one at the old Mosier's parking lot? Is that right?
I believe that's correct. We may have to clarify though. We will clarify and that will be part of our communication.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that. As far as appreciation, again, just to the city, especially through the winter weather that's coming and has come. I know we had a utility outage that was actually out in the county. I heard about that at work, and I was appreciative. It wasn't the city, so thanks for that. But definitely thank you for everything you do, and Merry Christmas.
All right, Councilman Combs isn't present. Councilman Washington.
Yes, just a couple of things. It's been brought to my attention, the demolition on Jefferson of those two brick buildings. I guess they didn't make the list, I guess. Is that anything that the city is looking to try to involve in and find out if we're gonna take those things, or we're gonna take those?
I do know specifically we've been approached with someone who has some interest in those two buildings. In 2026, just to kind of give a little bit of insight, the goal for the city of Fulton would be to offload and get rid of some of those surplus properties, whether they're ones that need to be demolished or they're green spaces that someone could build something on. We've been working with our city councilor very closely on the process just to make sure that we hit all the legal requirements that we need to. So specifically on the ones you're talking about, Bob, though, we do have someone who's very interested in those.
Well, thank you, and also, I thank the city for all the workers, all the work they had put towards just the cold weather thing. It's a great thing that we got good city workers willing to get out there and support our community.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. There has not been a public utility board meeting since the last council meeting. I would like to echo what Brad said regarding recycling. I know that we have had a pretty significant change with that fee. I think I've gotten more phone calls regarding recycling than I probably have any other issue that we have talked about. But as a representative and the liaison for the utility board, I want to make sure that everybody understands that as a board, this discussion was really brought up. It's something that we had talked about, and we didn't feel like that it was fair for all of our citizens to have to assume the cost for those that chose to recycle. So I do acknowledge the fact that it is a large increase in that fee, but it's also something that's elective, and it's something that we have to be able to cover the cost on. We can't be pouring a lot of money into something that is elective for people and lose money on that when there are so many other projects within our city that we need to address, such as the streets, maintaining our lights, maintaining the fact that we want to be able to push our snow. Those are things that we have to have and things that we have to be able to fund. Where recycling, we were losing money. We were originally awarded a grant to help with that, and that's not something that we have anymore. And so I think that that's something that people need to also realize, that we can't flounder. We have to be able to provide the services that are needed for our citizens. And so I do encourage you, if you have questions on that, please reach out to your council people. I know that I have talked to a ton of people, and just the knowledge and the understanding helps people so much. So don't ever hesitate to reach out and ask those questions, because usually we have an answer, and if we don't, we'll direct you to the person that does. So I do really appreciate all of the posts on Facebook and all of the information that's being put out to our communities. But we're trying to make the decisions that help us as a city to help you as individuals, not just because we're trying to make money. That's never the goal. It's just trying to sustain us and trying to provide the best support that we can to our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Henchy.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I'd like to echo what Councilman Nelson said. And what she said actually echoes what Mr. Goen was talking about, with us being responsible for our money. And it just falls in line with what he was saying. So I think and I just want to let you know that I'm keeping my recycle bin because I support recycling. And I'm very happy to have that. Now, one thing I want to do is recognize two individuals, Officer West and Officer Rutledge. They were able to get me back an item that was stolen almost 6 months ago, and tonight they got it back, and I'm very pleased to get that back. It's back in good condition, and I appreciate our police force. They are really effective at doing their job, and I'd like to say thank you to them for that. And our next public safety meeting will not be until next year, and I have no more concerns.
Thank you. Councilman West?
Okay. So which Officer West was it? And neither one of them are a relation to me, by the way.
Yes, it was the male.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, because they're both married.
Yeah. And welcome to them for one. Okay. So, yeah, that was something that occurred this afternoon, so, on my property. Point. So, and thanks to your wife for noticing the intruder we had. The Human Rights Commission has not met since our last meeting. We did not have a quorum. So the meeting was canceled before any of us got there because people let us know that they weren't going to be available. On the recycling, I am not going to continue the recycling because I don't know, and I don't know what's really happening with our recycling. Let's just put it that way. The problem in our country is there's really no market for it. And I'd really love to see Congress get behind, getting that going. As an environmentalist, I mean, I believe in protecting the environment and reusing things. It really pains me to not do that, but for a long time I've suspected that it may not be ending up where I'm hoping it's ending up. I don't know. So I would like us to continue to explore possibilities to do, to recycle, as well as others. And, I want to remind everyone, Mrs. Westbrook brought up earlier that we are having the Celia event coming up on this Sunday, the 21st, from, what was it, 6 to 7:30, I think, over here at the courthouse. And I'd like to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah, blessed Advent, and a Merry Christmas. That's all I have.
Thank you.
I do want to provide just a little clarification on that statement, Councilman West, and I agree. Unfortunately, I think there's been some misinformation that's maybe been spread about recycling and what happens to those items when the City of Fulton collects them. So City of Fulton collects recyclables, and then we take those to a third-party off-site vendor. That vendor then determines what they want to do with those materials, where those materials are gonna go, if they're clean enough, if the market, if that market is available. But I wanna be very, very clear that the City of Fulton gathers recyclables and takes those to a recyclable vendor. Okay, we are not taking those items to a landfill unless, and I won't say, maybe ever if there was some sort of contamination issue, just to kind of put a little asterisk on that. But when we gather recyclables, they go to a recycling vendor. And then it is up to that vendor at that time to determine what they're gonna do with those items. We no longer have control at that point when we enter that gate as to what that vendor does with them. So I did field that question from someone earlier this week. Like I said, I think there was a miscommunication or misunderstanding that the city just decides not to recycle that, and that is not the case.
Thank you for that clarification.
And to support that too, things like pizza boxes with food particles and things like that should not be recycled. It should only be clean items.
Even though the boxes say you can recycle them.
That's right.
Yeah.
It has food in it.
Don't do that.
Okay, Councilwoman Recluse?
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank Ms. Nelson for her explaining a few things too. Basically, we have the Public Safety Commission has not met, and we'll have our next meeting next year, or in January. I would also like to just wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and thank everyone for the last year that we've had. I think the City of Fulton has gone above itself. Our associates and stuff have all done such wonderful jobs. We're moving forward, and I feel that the future of Fulton is no limit. So thank you, everyone, for all the work and things you've done.
Okay.
I have no concerns.
Councilwoman Hampton?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I would like to give a huge shout out to the Parks and Rec for our Field of Lights. I think that it is beautiful to drive through, and I know that lots of our community members have enjoyed it, and I cannot imagine what all the work that goes into putting all of those lights out. I know, like, just to put lights on our house, it's like an act of Congress. So, so I'm very appreciative of that, and I think it's just a beautiful part of our city. And I have no concerns, but I also want to echo the Merry Christmas.
Okay, thank you.
Holidays. Thank you.
I too want to say what a fantastic job that Parks and Rec did with the Field of Lights. It's beautiful down there. I know you can't go anywhere in town without somebody talking about it. So it's fantastic. Y'all did a great job. Also, in the last few weeks, we had a fantastic parade. I think one of the best we've ever had, in my opinion. Did a great job. It's been a busy few weeks. I know the Carver School, they were able to complete most of that. And I think, have you got the elevator in yet?
I'm not aware that they were.
Yeah. I'm just going to take his word for it that those rooms on the third floor are beautiful.
And Mr. Mayor, I did see the person who works on the elevator. They were at the Carver School.
Good. I think if it would impress anyone if you would get a hold of one of the board members or probably Councilman Washington and take a tour of that, you will not believe what they've done in there. It is just amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
I was unable to attend, and I would like to get a tour sometime. Sorry, Mr. Mayor.
Also, I've seen on Facebook quite a few different times in the last few weeks, and I want to just tell people, if you have a power outage or if you have a issue with gas or water or whatever, and you put it on Facebook, we don't monitor that. So you're going to be out. You need to call the emergency line at the power plant, because putting it on Facebook will not get you any service whatsoever. I don't think Daryl sits there and watches Facebook 24/7, but I've seen it on Facebook numerous times, people saying, well, I'm out of power. Well, you're going to be out of power a long time unless you call the power plant. So I just want to encourage people, if you have an issue, call somebody that can help you, not, yeah, Brian?
We had a big power outage in the Fulton substation with Callaway Electric.
Yeah.
And they were wonderful about keeping everybody posted as to what was going on. So we were out for a little over 5 hours.
Yeah, and that was very fortunate.
Handled very professionally.
Yeah.
And I think the city of Fulton would do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. We do when we know about it.
But there were a lot of people posting on Facebook, which is good, but you can get that information if you don't know what's going on.
After you've made the appropriate call, then if you want to put it on there, fine, but
Yeah, they did a wonderful job.
yes. Okay, I just want to remind people of that. Okay, we'll move on to resolutions.
Mr. Mayor?
Resolution
Mr. Mayor,
35,
Mr. Mayor,
96.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to request a break, restroom, 5-minute break.
Oh, sure, okay. Take a 5-minute break. We'll move on to resolutions. Resolution 3596. Councilwoman Hanson, would you read that for us, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Resolution 3596, Fire Truck Funding Acknowledgement. A resolution on behalf of the City Council of the City of Fulton acknowledging the purchase of a 2025 Spartan fire truck and affirming the planned purchase of an additional fire truck in 2026. I would like to make a motion that we pass Resolution 3596.
Very well. I think some of you at least saw the truck down here. Do we have any discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very well, thank you. Councilwoman Nelson, would you read Resolution 3597, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Resolution 3597, Contract with the Chamber of Commerce. A resolution of the City of Fulton, Missouri, authorizing the mayor and the city clerk on behalf of the City of Fulton, Missouri, to enter into an agreement with the Callaway Chamber of Commerce of Fulton, Missouri, for services rendered in 2026 and establishing an effective date. I make a motion we pass Resolution 3597 at tonight's council meeting.
Second?
Very well. Do we have any discussion on this? Having a motion and second, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very well. Councilman Luther, would you read Resolution 3598, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Resolution 3598, Professional Services Agreement with Burns and McDonnell. A resolution authorizing the mayor on behalf of the City of Fulton, Missouri to enter into a professional services agreement for an industrial waste survey and local limits evaluation for pre-treatment program implementation with Burns and McDonnell of Kansas City, Missouri, and reallocating previously approved funds and establishing an effective date. I make a motion to adopt resolution number 3598 at this council meeting.
Second.
Very well. Do we have any discussion on this?
Nope.
Seeing none, all in favor of Resolution 3598, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to ordinances. This will be first reading on Bill number 1771. Councilman West, would you read that for us, please?
Sure. Bill number 1771, Contracts and Property Document Signature Authority. An ordinance adding section 2-14 to the city code, allowing the Director of Administration to sign contracts, deeds, and conveyances of interest in property when authorized to do so by the mayor. I make a motion to place bill number 1771 for second reading at our next regularly scheduled council meeting.
Very well. Do we have any discussion on this? Seeing none, we have a motion and a second for bill number 1771. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we have bill number 1772. Councilwoman Recluse, would you read that for us, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Bill number 1772, enact Article 5 of Chapter 98, Snow and Ice Control, an ordinance amending Chapter 98 of the Code of the City of Fulton, Missouri by repealing Section 98-96 through 9898 and entering a new Article 5, Snow and Ice Control, and therefore establish an effective date. I make a motion that bill number 1772 at this meeting.
For second, when?
Oh, yes.
Second, when?
Oh, at this meeting.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Do we have a second? on that?
Second, I'll second, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, we both.
All right, we have a motion and second on bill number 1772. I think this kind of cleans things up and gives a little more direction to our, certainly, police department and our road guys as well. So all in favor of this? Mike, go ahead.
I had a little discussion, sorry. I'd like to make sure we're communicating this, and I'm sure we'll do it through social media, et cetera, so we need to, I know, obviously, we're not gonna pass it tonight, but it'll be, next meeting, and we may have snow between now and then, but, I think it's a good step in the right direction. And kind of to the point earlier about utility outages, you can sign up for a notification from the city, and you'll get notified of that kind of stuff too. So this would be kind of following the same boat, I think.
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Okay. Any? Any further discussion on Bill 1772?
I have a question. Was that, we are moving it to second reading at the next regularly scheduled council meeting?
It's for first reading. We'll just read it the first time tonight and move it to second reading at the next council meeting.
Wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Okay, all in favor of bill number 1772, please say yes.
Yes.
Oppose? Very well, thank you. We'll go on to second reading. Councilman Luther, would you read bill number 1770 for us, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Bill number 1770, Nichols Street Improvement Project, TAP-2700 award. An ordinance on behalf of the city of Fulton, Missouri to execute all necessary documents in relation to a contract with Rad A. Baker Construction upon approval from the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission Transportation Alternatives Program Agreement regarding federal project number TAP-2700, parentheses 512, and establishing an effective date. I make a motion to place bill number 1770 for third reading at this council meeting.
Very well. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Councilman, you want to read that again, please?
All right, Mr. Mayor. Bill number 1770, Nichols Street Improvement Project, TAP-2700, parentheses 512, award. An ordinance on behalf of the city of Fulton, Missouri to execute all necessary documents in relation to a contract with Rad A. Baker Construction upon approval from the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission Transportation Alternatives Program Agreement regarding federal project number TAP-2700, parentheses 512, and establishing an effective date. I make a motion to place bill number 1770 for final passage at this council meeting.
Second.
Very well. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Oppose? Madam Clerk, would you call roll, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Hinchey?
Yes.
Mr. Luther?
Yes.
Ms. Nelson? Yes. Ms. Reclue? Yes. Mr. Washington? Yes. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes is absent. Ms. Hanson?
Yes.
Council members present affirmative.
Thank you. Now for third reading, we have bill number 1764. It's our budget. Councilman Henchy, would you read that for us, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Bill number 1764, 2026 budget. An ordinance adopting the official budget and capital improvement program and appropriating the funds of the city of Fulton for a fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2026. I make a motion to place bill number 1764 for final passage at this council meeting.
Very good. I think we've had discussion. Is there any more discussion?
I would like to thank Mr. Goen for coming tonight. I am glad that he pointed out some of those things in the past that maybe weren't the best decisions for the city. But I also want to state that within this budget, I feel like that this is probably one of the most sound budgets that I've seen since being on the council. It's conservative, but it also we're gaining things as a city that we really need. You know, I think that the fire trucks are a great example. Those are things, nobody wants somebody that can't get to you whenever you have an emergency. So we're really spending the money that we have very efficiently and very effectively, and it's tight. It's hard. Things are expensive. Inflation is a real thing. But I do think that this budget was well thought out. It took all of our department heads. We put them together. Courtney and the mayor did an excellent job of collaborating with all of those people and forming a budget that is, again, probably the most sound budget that I've seen since I've been on council. So I really appreciate that.
I would also like to echo that too and congratulate our CFO, Candy Johnson, for a job well done.
And I think we also need to recognize our assistant DOA as well, because I think she's had a lot of effort in this as well.
Yes, absolutely.
I full well agree with certainly everything that Matt said tonight. Don't disagree with any of it. On the other hand, this council didn't do any of that. So I think we have probably, I think, chose wisely on on the way we spend our money here now. That was some bad mistakes that were made in the past. Huh? Oh, we're trying to work our way out of
I
it.
think it's important that we don't classify things as rights or wrongs. They were decisions that were made perhaps by other administrations and other city councils, but I do want to say we have a lot of amenities and assets here in our community, and a lot of things that have changed since the time that some decisions were made. So with that, I'm going to put a positive spin on it and say thank you to all the city staff that manage those departments and those decisions. Thank you to this council for your work on this budget, as well as Candy and our ADOA, Sam Schultz, and Daryl Dunlap. You know, again, two things can be true at the same time, and I think we always need to take a look at the past as we work our way into the future. I appreciate that the city council, this administration, and this team does that on a daily basis. Thank you guys very much.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Bill number 1764, our 2026 budget. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Do the roll call, please.
Mr. Luther?
Yes.
Ms. Nelson?
Yes.
Ms. McClue?
Yes.
Mr. Washington?
Yes.
Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Combs? Ms. Hanson?
Yes.
Mr. Hinchey?
Yes.
7 council members affirmative.
Thank you. Councilman Washington, would you read Bill 1758 for us, please?
Yes, sir. Bill number 1758, local tobacco and vaping control. An ordinance enacting Chapter 72 of the City of Fulton Code to establish a local tobacco and vaping control, including and permitting sales and restriction to minors, and requires signage and enforcement and establishment of an effective date. I make a motion to place Bill number 1758 for final passage at this council meeting tonight.
Very well. Do we have any further discussion on that? There was just a slight change in some of the wording, I believe. It really didn't change anything.
I just had one question. So it set the age limit at 21. Is that consistent with the state? I mean, I don't buy this stuff.
That's actually federal law.
Okay,
And
I thought it was
21.
18. Okay, so it
It
is
is
21.
for the state of Missouri. They haven't updated their wording or changed their law, but the federal law is 21.
Is it right? Okay, thank you.
Okay. Very well. All in favor of Bill number 1758, the local tobacco and vaping controls, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Madam Clerk, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Mayor, Ms. Nelson? Yes. Ms. Reclue? Yes. Mr. Washington? Yes. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Combs is absent. Ms. Hanson? Yes. Mr. Hinchey?
Aye.
And Mr. Luther? Yes. Thank you. 7 councilmen.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, we have announcements. Our next council meeting will be next year, January the 13th. Legends and Solid Waste will be closed December the 25th and 26th and January 1st. I want to remind everybody also, candidate filing is now open and remains there through December the 30th at 5 o'clock. Is that, what day is that on?
December 30th? Tuesday.
Tuesday? Okay. Any additional information, please contact our city clerk.
A couple additional announcements, Mayor, if I may. I do want to point out that Shop with a Hero is this coming Saturday. It's a really exciting program, and I just want to, thanks to Chief Ladwig of the reminder that you guys may hear sirens beginning as early as 7 a.m. That's all of our heroes here in Fulton and Callaway County working with those youngsters to take them to Walmart and help provide an amazing Christmas for them and their families. So I want to also just give a shout out to Lieutenant Barnes. He puts a lot of work into that program, and it is successful because he makes it successful. So thank you to him. As Councilman West noted earlier, I do want to also point out, please go to our website and sign up for notifications. So you will see on the main page, there's Notify Me notifications. That's where you can find out about outages, changes to meeting schedules, things like our utility rates, all that good stuff. So please go on our website, check out those new updates that have been made so that it's a little bit more accessible for people, and sign up for notifications, please. Lastly, I do want to just say happy holidays to all of you, to all of our city staff, and certainly to our citizens. And I want to just speak really quickly again on our budget. I really feel that the city of Fulton works very diligently to make sure that we use those tax dollars efficiently and transparently. And so again, as we noted, different administrations, different city councils have different agendas and initiatives. I believe that we are all very unified in making sure that we serve our citizens well. We do that well. And so I just want to thank our citizens for the support that you give us. I want to thank all of you up here for the support that you give to our team. Most importantly, I want to say thank you to the team, because the work that you guys do and your staff do every single day is what makes our city great. So thank you all very, very much. And of course, we wish you all happy holidays.
I too want to wish all of the people in Fulton and all of you, all of these people out there, is what makes us look good up here. And council, I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a very safe holiday season. We do have, we do have a need for a very short executive session, and it's going to be on both a legal issue and an employee issue.
We'll also, just to clarify as well, we're also going to discuss negotiations and the lease, purchase, or sale of real estate. Just cover all those items.
Move into executive session for those purposes, as stated
I
previously.
second it.
All in favor of that, please say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Yeah.
All right, when you leave here, you go home and wrap your presents, because the layaway plans are all canceled now. So with that, Ms. Reclue? Yes. All right. Mr. Washington? That's okay. Yes. I'm disappointed there's no more layaway programs. Ms. Reclue and Mr. Washington? Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Combs? Ms. Hanson?
Yes.
Mr. Hinchey?
Aye.
And Mr. Luther? Yes. And Ms. Nelson? Yes. All right.
Thank you all.
I don't currently live in Fulton, but we do have property in town. And I'm so proud of this town and what you guys do, and keep it running. I've known a lot of you for a long, long time, and I'll always be proud of this town. So thank you.
No, thank you, thank you.